From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. Monday was a beautiful day to be outside. We're going to have more of the same for today, but a little bit hotter for today, or a little bit warmer, as I should say. Low to mid 80s that we'll have for today through Saturday for lower elevations. A little bit cooler for Sunday and Monday, back down into the mid to upper 70s. That's going to coincide with a little chance for showers, mainly up in the mountains and the valleys for Sunday. We take it back to this morning in the valley, the Yakima Valley. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. It's going to be a little bit breezy today in the Kittitas Valley. Also in the Cascades, already seeing some gusts starting to pick up in the highest terrain of the Cascades. Temperatures this morning 40s and 50s across the board, so you'll need a light jacket. By lunchtime, it's going to feel excellent out there. 60s and 70s for a lower elevation, 70s and 80s for the hottest part of the day. But given that it's warm, dry, and a little bit breezy for the mountains, I'll tell you how both of our fires, the Labor Mountain Fire and the Wildcat Fire, how both of those could interact. And that is going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a change on the Pasco City Council this morning. After weeks of discussion and interviews, the council has made its pick to fill a vacant seat. Who was chosen and the actions that follow.
Plus another shakeup in Sunnyside City leadership just days after the city parted ways with its manager. Another employee is now out of a job, and coming up, what we're learning about the city's latest termination.
And after a labor dispute paused work, road crews are back on the job in Walla Walla. Find out which streets will be closed and when drivers can expect some major progress to resume. It's all in Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, September 16th.
And we want to start this morning with Fire Watch as the Wildcat Fire in Yakima County continues to grow. So fire crews are working around the clock to slow its progression.
Yeah, so now this morning, the command of the fire is actually shifting to the Southeast Washington Type 3 Incident Management Team, bringing in a group of highly trained professionals with experience handling incidents at this magnitude. So to give us a better sense of the conditions and what crews are going to be facing in the coming days, we want to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth to kind of break down what is expected for these fires.
Yeah, like I said just a minute or two ago, it is going to be warm, dry, and breezy over the next handful of days. That is not going to help out with containment efforts of either fire. We start off with the Wildcat Fire. This one is still just shy of 8,500 acres, 8% containment. We're probably going to get a new acreage and containment update a little bit later this morning. If you see more active hotspots this time, especially on the northeastern side of the fire, this is starting to creep a little bit closer to Goose Prairie. So that's why we still have level 2 evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and for Bumping River Road. This is where you have to be packed. You have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice, especially with the forecast we have over the next handful of days. Then for the Labor Mountain Fire, this one burning in northern Kittitas County, also technically burning into portions of Chelan County, almost 5,000 acres, still 5% contained, and many active hotspots all over this fire's perimeter. And I'll show you some of the breezes that we're expecting for today in particular and how that could impact both of these fires. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We go now to a follow-up in Pasco where the City Council has appointed Joe Cotta to fill the open council position District 4 seat.
So that position, as you may remember, became vacant after former mayor and council member Pete Serrano resigned on August 9th. Well, council members first met in an executive session on September 8th to review the qualifications of the applicants before holding their public interviews.
And during last night's meeting, 4 candidates, Cotta, Patrick Jones, Abel Campos, and Tanya Bowers, were each asked a series of questions. Afterwards, the council went back into executive session before officially selecting Cotta to fill the vacancy.
I, Joe Cotta, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and all local ordinances, and that I faithfully and impartially perform and discharge the duties of the office of Council Member District 4, position number 4, for the City of Pasco according to law to the best of my ability, so help me God.
and all local ordinances, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform and discharge the duties of the office of Council Member, District Number 4, Position Number 4 for the City of Pasco, according to law, to the best of my ability, so help me God.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
And according to the city attorney, Cota's appointment may be temporary, ending on November 25th, 2025, depending on election results, or it could extend through the end of the year. For now, he will join the council immediately and serve alongside the other members.
And be sure to tune into Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6 tonight to hear from Cota about what he sees for the future of Pasco. Now, meanwhile in Sunnyside, city leadership is making headlines of its own.
Yeah, just a week after the city ended its contract with former city manager Mike Gonzalez, another employee has now been terminated.
Our very own Monique Garcia has the latest on what some are calling a city government shakeup.
Irving Brown Sr., the former human resource manager for the city of Sunnyside, says he had just started his work week when he was told he had been let go. Brown's attorney, Ben York, says Brown isn't the only one claiming wrongful termination in Sunnyside. He's also representing the city's former finance director, Kelly Koski.
She was improperly terminated, that much is clear. For supporting Mr. Brown, she submitted a declaration in support of Irving Brown's matter against Ms. Hancock for submitting a declaration in that matter.
York says the new finance director was the one who informed Brown Monday morning that he was terminated from his HR manager position. York says none of the recent firings are coincidental.
Clear retaliation for seeking protection from a certain city council member, Teresa Hancock, and her ongoing targeted harassment, unlawful conduct that has contributed to substantial physical and emotional distress for not just Mr. Brown, but also Ms. Koski and Mr. Gonzalez as well, who have also been improperly terminated by the city.
Back in June of this year, Brown sought out a protection order against Hancock after he says he was dealing with workplace harassment and racism, calling City Hall a hostile work environment. Hancock also says she considered a protection order, and rather than sit in council chambers during scheduled meetings, she would sit in a closed-off room off of the chambers and join virtually. Earlier this month, a Yakima judge denied Brown his protection order, and when Brown said he turned to his workplace to support him and protect him, York says the city turned against him.
So instead of investigating, appreciating, or providing any response or protection, the city initiated a sham investigation into Mr. Brown to be performed by the recently hired director of finance, who does not appear to have any investigative experience for the city. And the results of the sham investigation show how deeply flawed this investigation into Mr. Brown was. So the city's continued vilification of hardworking city employees who have been subjected to the harassment and toxic work environment under this current city council has to stop.
York calls Brown's firing a sad day for justice and equality, and says Brown is saddened to no longer serve the community he enjoyed. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, York says they're still evaluating all legal options and expect to file a comprehensive response against the city within the next week or two. And we'll, of course, keep you updated.
5:08 now, moving on to a crime alert out of Kennewick, where police are searching for a suspect after a violent assault that happened just yesterday afternoon. Officers responding to the North Edison Street and Paul Parrish Drive near the Columbia Park boat launch. That's where they found a man with serious injuries, including part of his ear being bitten off. Police say the suspect ran from the scene. Police and canines were called out. A drone was also used to help in this search. KPD spoke with Apple Valley News Now and provided a slight description of who they're looking for.
It's a heavier set male, wore an orange shirt. That's the initial description that we got at the scene. The suspect bit the victim's ear, causing a significant injury, so much so that there's probable cause to arrest the suspect for assault in the second degree and continue with sentence. A canine track was done, but unfortunately the suspect was not located.
We're told no weapons were used in this case, and it does remain under active investigation. If you know anything, you're asked to call Kennewick Police.
And looking to Walla Walla roadways now, the city says they've reached an agreement regarding the labor dispute halting the Myra Road South Extension and Howard Street IRRP projects.
Yeah, the pause occurred on August 12th, but work will now resume tomorrow. So the city says Tamarison Road and Highland Road will be closed starting Wednesday.
The city anticipates substantial completion of Howard Street by mid-October. Now, remaining work includes sign installation, asphalt paving, and landscape restoration. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, investigators are working to retrace the steps of the 22-year-old accused of killing political activist Charlie Kirk, trying to piece together a motive behind the deadly shooting. He's expected in court today. And coming up, we have the latest on the assassination and what investigators have uncovered so far.
But first, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 10 minutes after 5. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert forecast.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
I'm Morgan. I have 3 kids. I have an IQ of 160. This is where he attacked her, and I work with the cops.
You're waiting on me to leave so you can poke around without a warrant, aren't you?
Yeah.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. For some of us, we're not as chilly as yesterday morning, but still pretty cool out there. 49 for Snoqualmie Pass, 48 in Ellensburg, 54 in Vantage, then in the Yakima Valley, all of us spanning from 49 to 53, 53 in Union Gap, 49 in Toppenish. For the lower Columbia Basin, most of us in the low to mid 50s. We are seeing 48 for Hermiston, but 52 in the Tri-Cities, 56 up towards Hanford. 40s and 50s up and down the foothills, and then 40s and 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your coat cast on this Tuesday in the Tri-Cities, just like with yesterday. Probably going to be light jacket weather up until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. After that, it is going to feel very nice out there. T-shirt weather, a little bit warmer in comparison to yesterday, low to mid 80s. In fact, it's mostly going to be low 80s for lower elevations, but more sunshine out there, and the haze should be pretty minimal. We'll go ahead and step you through it with Futurecast upper level smoke, and you'll see in Chelan County, Kittitas County, Yakima County, immediately downwind of some of those fires. That's where the haze and the smoke and the air quality could be a little bit worse, but elsewhere we'll just have some very, very, very thin upper level smoke up in the sky. Now, I do think that some of these fires could start to flare up a little bit more, just given that it's going to be breezy for today. We're going to hold on to warmer weather throughout the week. We'll talk about both those things coming up in a few minutes.
5:14. Take a look at your national headlines this morning. Some major updates in the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
Today, the Utah County Attorney is expected to file charges against 22-year-old suspect Tyler Robinson. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the full details.
This morning, prosecutors in Utah are preparing to file charges against 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, the man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Law enforcement sources telling ABC News that the suspect allegedly laid out his attack, tracking Charlie Kirk's schedule and studying a map of the campus.
We are very interested in how much time he spent on campus, how he got there, when he got there. We have the vehicle we believe he drove and that we can confirm was on campus that day.
FBI Director Kash Patel telling Fox that investigators recovered 2 pieces of evidence that were a match for Robinson's DNA. A screwdriver on the roof where they believe the shot was fired from, and on the towel wrapped around the rifle found in the woods. Patel also saying investigators are poring over any electronic devices the suspect might have used as the investigation moves forward.
A text message exchange where the suspect specifically stated that he had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do that. And when he was asked why, he said some hatred cannot be negotiated with.
FBI Director Kash Patel will be on Capitol Hill today, taking questions on the FBI's handling of the Charlie Kirk shooting investigation and his overall leadership of the department. Now, the New York Police Department is warning of an increasingly volatile threat environment, saying the killing of Charlie Kirk and last year's killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson stem from the same toxic and violent atmosphere.
The political violence, targeted attacks, mass shootings that are plaguing the United States and have been for over a decade are in large part fueled by an online ecosystem that's saturated with violent and other content that's purposely placed there by foreign powers, terrorist groups, violent organizations here for the purposes of inspiring and informing future attacks.
And Robinson is expected to make his first virtual court appearance later today, where prosecutors are expected to formally unveil the charges against him.
So tune into Apple Valley News now at 5 and 6 and our website for the latest developments. And keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking for the rest of the week. It's all coming up in his first alert weather forecast right after the break.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998. Open 7 days a week.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, and try our pumpkin archery. Get creative with pumpkin painting, play laser tag, and enjoy our U-Pick flower fields. Make fall memories at Queensgate Gardens in Richland.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. We offer full concierge services. Our handyman contractors will take care of everything, and you won't pay anything until closing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Amber Sharon is now seeing patients at Prosser Digestive Health Center. Dr. Sharon provides upper endoscopy, colonoscopy, and specializes in women's digestive health. Get expert, compassionate care close to home. Call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 to schedule, or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Attention viewers, Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Sunday, September 21st at 10 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, September 28th at 9 a.m.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones. iPhone.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another gorgeous day out there. Plenty of sunshine, and there could be some thicker haze or smoke downwind of the Wildcat Fire in Yakima County, the Labor Mountain Fire in Kittitas County. But I think for the valleys, for the basin, for the foothills, air quality will look pretty good out there. High temperatures a little bit warmer compared to yesterday. 70s, 60s and 70s for the mountains and low 80s for the valleys, for the basin, and for the most part for the foothills. And the winds for today are going to be very interesting. Gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour for the Cascades, for the Kittitas Valley, 15 to 20 miles per hour for the foothills. But in the Cascades, those gusts will be out of the south and east. That's going to put some very dry air over both fire perimeters, both the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires. So we'll see what ends up happening to fire behavior because of that. But that's going to be working against firefighters on the lines. For tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows are going to be down into the 40s and 50s once again. And at this point, wind gusts looking mostly light, could still be a little bit breezy up in the Cascades. Now we'll get a break for Wednesday, wind gusts looking light, but it looks like they're going to come back as we head into Thursday, Friday, and beyond. High temperature is going to be about 5-ish degrees warmer than normal for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll add Friday into the mix as well, but a little bit cooler for Saturday, and then back to seasonal stuff for Sunday and Monday. And that's going to coincide with some little shower chances, mainly for the mountains and valleys on Sunday. But we'll see what ends up happening to Saturday and Monday in addition to that. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Low to mid 80s through Sunday, then maybe a return to upper 70s by Monday. And Yakima, a run of 86s from Wednesday through Friday, then back down into the 70s Sunday and Monday with a shower possible Sunday. In Ellensburg, also turning cooler this weekend with a little shower chance, but feeling even cooler thanks to the stronger winds. In Hermiston, a dry, sunny, and warm forecast ahead, turning a bit breezy this weekend. And finally, in Walla Walla, sunshine in 80s through Saturday, then sunshine in 70s for Sunday and Monday.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Demi Lovato's new album, a K-pop hit staying at #1, and a first listen to Jeremy Allen White in the new Bruce Springsteen biopic. It's all coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson, and September is SUV month. Bill meant big. He ordered extra Kicks, Rogues, Pathfinders, and other SUVs. They're everywhere, and my job to sell them. Drive home a brand new 2025 Rogue, Murano, or Pathfinder with 0% APR for 60 months. Or how about a 2025 Nissan Kicks SV all-wheel drive for just $24,499? Get your new favorite SUV today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Ford of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
The buzz is absolutely deafening. Let's go! This is an electric environment.
Saturday Night Football, all season long on ABC.
Saturday nights on Apple Valley News Now, sponsored locally by Prosser Orthopedic Center. This is how we care.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, Demi Lovato fans, listen to this. She's getting ready to drop her 9th studio album next month and is packed with tracks for late nights and dance floors.
Meanwhile, Demon Hunters, K-pop Demon Hunters, mind you, and Netflix keep breaking records in the music scene.
And Jeremy Allen White's singing is front and center in the new Bruce Springsteen biopic. So it's all in showbiz today's. Here's Melissa Adon with the details.
Demi Lovato has announced her 9th studio album will be released next month. It's Not That Deep will feature 11 new tracks, which Lovato says are meant for late nights and dance floors. 2 songs, Here All Night and Fast, have already been released as singles. Lovato has sold nearly 10 million albums over the course of her career. Music lovers just can't get enough of K-pop Demon Hunters' Golden. One of the songs from the record-breaking Netflix film has now topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart for the 5th straight week, marking the longest run in the #1 slot for an animated act. Previous animated chart toppers include the Archies and the Chipmunks.
Songwriting's a funny thing. It's about searching for something.
For the first time, we're hearing what Jeremy Allen White's singing voice sounds like in the upcoming Bruce Springsteen biopic, thanks to a new trailer for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Director Scott Cooper says the movie follows the boss through the most vulnerable chapter of his life. It also stars Jeremy Strong and Marc Maron. Deliver Me From Nowhere hits theaters October 24th. Happy birthday to Nick Jonas. The Jonas Brothers frontman is 33 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I'm excited for this Demi Lovato music.
I am too.
She's embracing the pop era.
Yes,
I love that for her.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah, and the dancing, it was a good music video. I watched it recently.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about it too. Are you a Demi Lovato fan?
I'm not, but do you remember the song "Cool for the Summer"?
Well, heck
Cool for the Summer.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was 10 years. That was 10 years ago.
No way.
Yeah,
it was 10 years ago.
2015.
I feel old.
Just a little existential crisis.
Okay, yeah, I'm having one right now.
But I think we need to listen to that song
I have one every day. Yeah.
during the next break.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Salvation Army expanding in Pasco, but they need the community's help. Coming up, how you can pitch in to support a brand new community center for youth and seniors.
And have you ever wondered where your food really comes from? Well, this weekend, Walla Walla is opening up its farms for a unique hands-on experience. There's also tastings, petting zoos, and a whole lot of family fun. All the details are in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
Hi there, in today's Tech Bites, a first look at Meta's newest glasses. A promotional video seems to have leaked, showing the Meta Ray-Ban display glasses. They appear to feature a display to show information like maps and chats with friends. A proper unveiling is expected at this week's Meta Connect conference. Well, next, a so-called framework deal for the future of TikTok. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent saying the agreement between the U.S. and China will be finalized this Friday in talks between the president and China's leader. Well, finally, the latest Apple Watch series now has FDA clearance for hypertension alerts. The feature looks for patterns associated with high blood pressure and tells users if there may be a danger. It's expected to be available in 150 countries when the Apple Watch 11 starts shipping this Friday. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Morgan Norwood. Let's make it a great day.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
The problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent.
Really?
Really. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These pods dissolve completely, releasing more soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing action. Plus, the grease-fighting power of Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough, stuck-on foods.
That's impressive.
And it works so well, it even keeps your filter clean. Cascade. Roto-Rooter recommended, safe for pipes.
Be the one thing that can change everything. Be bold. Be authentic. In a world where you can be anything. Be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. Pandora.
Milk?
You got a rumble in your tumble that you don't want to address.
I don't know.
You can have your milk and smile. Lactate's in the real milk aisle. Lactate.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
We're feeling cool for the summer, aren't we? It's still summer.
Yes.
Ends on September 22nd, next week.
That's correct, on Monday.
And then follow
Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're feeling, I'd say, like, well, at least for today, on par for the end of the summer.
For the summer.
Not as catchy, but it is accurate. Yesterday it felt pretty fall-like out there. I went with forecast high
today
75,
also.
and it verified at 78. So that was a nail biter, but it counts.
Eked your way into it.
Yes, I did. And so now we are at $150 for the jackpot. Again, thank you to our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel for sponsoring the 3-degree guarantee. For today, a little bit toastier, 82 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 79 to 85, jackpot's going to hit $175. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, bottom line for the forecast, low to mid 80s going to continue throughout much of the week. That's going to change on Sunday and Monday, a little bit cooler, mid to upper 70s for lower elevations. That coincides with shower chances going up on Sunday, mainly for the mountains and for the valleys. Let's take you back down to the basin for this morning. This live look at Richland coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Can't see much out there for this morning. Take it over to the Cascades where it's a little bit breezy up that way, and those breezes will continue throughout the course of the day, so that could be a little bit of trouble when it comes to containment efforts, both the Wildcat Fire and the Labor Mountain Fire. Now, the cooler temperatures, at least in the morning, that's going to help. 40s and 50s out there for now, but later in the day, it will be warmer out there. You see, for the Tri-Cities, your hourly forecast going to be into the low 70s as soon as lunchtime, then low 80s for the hottest part of the day. For all lower elevations, going to end up in the low 80s with plenty of sunshine. So a beautiful day out there. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this terrific Tuesday forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. We begin this half hour of news in Pasco, where the Salvation Army is working to expand its services right here in the Tri-Cities.
And leaders say they need the community's help to finish the job. So earlier this summer, the Salvation Army launched the Capital Campaign to raise $2.1 million for its new community center in Pasco.
The Salvation Army purchased the former Hungarian Church building on West Sylvester Street in Pasco back in May after seeing an 86% increase in food pantry clients. Renovations are planned for ADA accessibility, a kitchen window to serve meals, and new flooring in the gym.
The larger facility will also host after-school programs, arts, sports, and services for seniors.
Have our remaining goal of $300,000 left, so we're asking for the community for support, nonprofit organizations, businesses, business owners, and most importantly, the community members here in the Tri-Cities.
Now, so far, the campaign has raised $1.8 million. Leaders hope to finish fundraising soon so they can get the center open by February.
Now to a new family-friendly event that's coming to Central Washington this weekend. It's called Tour de Farm, and it's a way for you to learn where the food on your table comes from. So Tour de Farm is being hosted by the Walla Walla Valley Chamber of Commerce. 13 total farms are taking part in the event, and those who take part will get a self-guided tour packet and will be allowed to visit as many farms as they like. And each farm will have a unique experience to offer.
We're excited to have people come and just enjoy it and just appreciate all of the team's hard work and maybe just find a quiet moment of enjoyment and peace while they're here.
Most tours will be available Saturday and Sunday between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
5:34 in local education news. School is well underway, and transportation, of course, plays a valuable and vital role in any district. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us how one district is ahead of the game when it comes to transportation.
The Toppenish School District is one of just a small number of districts in Washington state taking part in the EPA's Clean School Bus program. The $5 billion federal program runs through 2026 and helps schools across the country replace diesel buses with zero-emission and clean energy buses. Toppenish got involved after transportation leaders met with the general manager of RWC at a conference in Reno. And a few months later, the district applied for the grant and was one of only 3 in Washington state to receive it. And since 2023, Toppenish has added 6 electric buses to its fleet, which Transportation Director Ruben Juarez says has already made a noticeable difference for drivers.
I actually enjoyed driving their buses. The buses are a lot quieter. They're telling me, hey, we can hear a lot more. Students are a lot quieter, and they're adjusting to the electric buses. And so I think it tends to set some type of calm inside the bus being quieter.
Juarez says the switch to electric has also been cost-effective, cutting down on diesel use.
Just a little over half the cost of what we would use for diesel. So there's money savings there as far as fossil fuels. The drivers don't have to spend extra time going to the fuel station to fuel these up, so that's another benefit. And the fact that, again, they're just clean.
Maintenance has also been easier, saving both time and money.
A lot less maintenance, no transmission. You've got an electric motor that doesn't take oil, so there's time saving as far as when it comes to maintenance.
Recently, the district was recognized by the EPA for keeping strong record and consistently using the new clean buses.
And so there are a list of criteria that we have to meet. And so Mr. Juarez and his team, actually there are audits that they have to participate in. And those audits, they show up and they audit. And so there's a running list of items that they have to make sure are completed to make sure that they're in good standing. And so I'm just happy that we're being recognized for us being in good standing.
Transportation at any school district can often get overlooked, but Toppenish School District officials tell me that improving transportation means improving the lives of students.
So we want to make sure that we are enhancing the full experience of our students, and so that starts at the beginning of the day when they're picked up and just throughout the day. And so we want to make sure that there is a phenomenal experience with our students, and being in the customer service industry, that's what we're here for.
The Toppenish School District says it's committed to making transportation the best it can be for all students. In Toppenish, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And district officials say that there is a potential for more electric buses in the future, but for now, the focus is on making sure that their current fleet continues to meet demand.
Now to a positive story. 24 pets found a new home at an adoption event hosted by the Blue Mountain Animal Shelter and Walla Walla Toyota.
12 dogs and 12 cats were all adopted at no charge, and that cleared the usually busy shelter almost entirely out of cats.
Yay! So this was Blue Mountain's second year partnering with Toyota for an adoption event, which helps the shelter make room for more animals in need.
Another one is creating room. So we are almost continually at capacity, and when we're at capacity, we're unable to accept new animals. So if there's an animal out there in need, a community member in need that needs our help, we unfortunately have to say no.
Blue Mountain hosts several adoption events around Walla Walla each year.
Yay! That makes me so happy.
I know. Finding their forever homes.
Yeah. All right, keep it here because the heat was on this weekend in Pasco. Some of our team members took part in the VIP Pepper Eating Challenge at the annual Fiery Foods Festival. And let's just say things got a little spicy. So we'll show you how we did.
Can't wait.
Coming up in just a few minutes.
And give you a live look outside from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. 5:38 on this Tuesday. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworthy will have your first alert forecast.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children's Spokane.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, beloved TV star, musician, husband, father, his heartbreaking, shocking death, and now his mother with Robin.
What is it that you were told about that day?
The emotional interview.
Are you feeling love from folks?
This morning on GMA.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998. Open 7 days a week.
Experience the magic of historic downtown Prosser from September 25th to 28th with the Balloon Rally and Street Painting Festival. Watch talented artists bring the streets to life with vibrant chalk art starting Thursday night. Join us Saturday for the grand reveal of the stunning street chalk masterpieces, followed by the mesmerizing night glow of the Balloon Rally. It's a weekend full of color, creativity, and community spirit you won't want to miss. Mark your calendars and come celebrate with us in historic downtown Prosser.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Now through September 30th, get up to a $7,500 federal tax credit on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. They're perfect for visiting friends across town or road trips across the country. And with the Ford Power Promise, get a complimentary home charger and standard installation. Save big on these all-electric vehicles that are smooth, fast, and fun. Hurry, the $7,500 federal tax credit on Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning ends September 30th. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
From Hollywood, it's Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars, tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. And with the northeastern side of the Wildcat Fire flaring up, remember level 2 evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and for Bumping River Road. Would not be too shocked if at some point this week this gets upgraded to a level 3, which is why you need to be packed. You need to be ready to leave right now, which is what a level 2 evacuation means. Here's what to put in your go bag: non-perishable food items, 3 gallons of water per person, a map with evacuation routes, necessary medications, a change of clothes, extra eyeglasses or contact lenses, an extra set of car keys, credit cards, cash, first aid kit, flashlight with batteries, battery powered radio, copies of important docs, and pet food and water. So again, at the top of the 6 o'clock hour, we'll show you the fire perimeter and the fire activity with that Wildcat Fire. But now let's take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, starting off in Kittitas County, where for the Cascades, including this northwestern section of Yakima County, could see those gusts out of the south and east, putting some very dry air into the region. Mid-70s up for Snoqualmie Pass, low 80s in the Kittitas Valley. And the Yakima Valley seeing low 80s up and down the valley for the lower Columbia Basin. Also, we'll say low to mid 80s, mostly sunny skies. Pretty light winds, but could have some gusts out of the north and east for the foothills as well. Upper 70s for the Morrow County foothills, low to mid 80s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and 70s and 80s for the highest terrain of the Blues. And I'll show you how this forecast stays pretty steady over the next handful of days, coming up in a few minutes.
All right, check this out now. The hottest event of the year took place in Pasco over the weekend.
We told you about it all last week. We're talking about the annual Fiery Foods Festival, which took place downtown Pasco at Peanuts Park.
And some of our very own Apple Valley News Now team took part in the annual VIP pepper eating contest on Saturday.
That's right. So our evening anchor, Austin Reed, our digital web manager, Robert DeSaulniers, and yours truly all took part, bravely took part. Yeah. And I mean, I was kind of roped into it because I don't really do spicy peppers. I like some spicy food, but...
You were kind of voluntold you were doing it.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, well, there were about 10 rounds with different peppers gradually getting hotter and hotter. So Let's see how they did.
Don't get your hopes up.
We had a couple people in the community pepper competition last year tap out at the jalapeno. No, shakes it off. Mix, love it. All right, round 3, peppers. Looks like we have our first tap out of the competition. Apple Valley still got 2 out of their 3 in the mix. You can do it. You can do it.
So they made it pretty far to like round 8. Both of them got out at the same round, but yeah, number 3 kind of did it for me.
I love that the sweaty shots. Just
oh yeah, it was like awesome.
Oh god!
And you could just see him breathing beforehand.
Well, it looked like great. One. He didn't even chew. It looked like he just swallowed.
His
the
method
thing
was
whole.
just take the stem off and then just swallow it whole. But then he said afterwards he started to, it takes a few minutes to, to start feeling it. I was feeling it just from the jalapeno. My stomach is sensitive, so that's why I don't do things like that usually.
Do things like that.
I get voluntold.
I would have given anything to have been a fly on the wall just to kind of hear the banter amongst you all 3 during the midst of that.
One of the Pasco police officers was like, come on, keep going. So then I tried again with round 3, and I was like, I can't do it. Yeah.
Hard
Not
pass.
for me.
You're next year.
Ooh.
I think I'm busy around that time next year.
Same, yeah.
So. I don't think you are. All right. Still much for ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And of course, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will break down your full first alert forecast as we give you a live look outside from our Dos Silvas camera in Pasco. It's 5:46. We'll be right back.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free benefits fair and lunch at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, September 19th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
The amazing St. Joe River on Fly the Northwest tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's going to be another gorgeous day out there. Plenty of sunshine all across the map. Air quality should end up being pretty good, except for those areas immediately downwind of the Wildcat Fire in Yakima County and the Labor Mountain Fire that is burning in far northern Kittitas County. Today's high is a little bit warmer compared to yesterday, 60s and 70s in the mountains and low 80s for lower elevations. And the wind gusts, a little bit breezy today in the Kittitas Valley and the Cascades and for the Blue Foothills, pretty light in the Yakima Valley for the basin and for the Blue Foothills. But these gusts out of the south and east putting some pretty dry air into the fire perimeters for both the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain Fire. So that is going to work against containment efforts. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows going to be down into the 40s and 50s in the mountains, also 40s and 50s for lower elevations, so another crisp one out there. Wind gusts for tonight, mostly light, but still could be a little bit breezy in the Cascades. Thankfully for tomorrow, looks like we get a bit of a break from the gusts. That's going to help out with containment efforts, but I do think the breezes could come back for Thursday and Friday and beyond. High temperature is going to go up in the Tri-Cities and across the map for tomorrow into Thursday into Friday, a little bit cooler for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Finally seasonal for Sunday and Monday, but the warmest days this week, Wednesday and Thursday, could be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for the middle of September. And that drop off in temperatures into Sunday and Monday, that's going to coincide with shower chances going up. Looks like the best day for showers probably going to be on Sunday in the mountains, in the valleys. Definitely not going to be a washout, something we'll keep tabs on very closely. Here is 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Low to mid 80s through Sunday, then maybe a return to upper 70s by Monday. In Yakima, a run of 86s from Wednesday through Friday, then back down into the 70s Sunday and Monday with a shower possible on Sunday. In Ellensburg, also turning cooler this weekend with a little shower chance, but feeling even cooler thanks to the stronger winds. In Hermiston, a dry, sunny, and warm forecast ahead, turning a bit breezy this weekend. And then in Walla Walla, sunshine in 80s through Saturday, then sunshine in 70s for Sunday and Monday, albeit they'll be upper 70s with 78 and 79 for Sunday and Monday, respectively.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, starting in Pasco, where City Council has appointed Joe Cota to fill the open District 4 seat after former Mayor Pete Serrano resigned in August. 4 candidates were interviewed before he was selected in a special meeting. His term could end November 25th of this year, depending on election results, or extend through the end of the year. Cota will join the council immediately.
Former Sunnyside HR manager Irving Brown is speaking out, saying he was abruptly fired earlier this week as part of a series of recent terminations in the city. Brown and the city's former finance director claim the firings were retaliatory after workplace harassment complaints. Attorneys say the city's investigation into Brown was flawed, and the case has drawn attention to ongoing issues within City Council.
And in Kennewick, police are searching for a suspect following a violent assault that happened Monday near the Columbia Park boat launch. A man suffered serious injuries, including having part of his ear bitten off. While no weapons were used in this, police did bring out the K9 and the drone to search the area for the suspect. Authorities now asking anyone with information to contact them.
And the Salvation Army is working to expand services in the Tri-Cities, and it's asking for the community's support. They aim to renovate a new Pasco Community Center, which would include ADA upgrades, a meal service window, and also facilities for the youth as well as seniors. So far, $1.8 million has been raised, and they hope to reach their goal of $2.1 million soon and open the center by February.
Work on the Myra Road, South Extension, and Howard Street IRRP projects in Walla Walla will resume after a labor dispute halted progress back in August. Road closures will begin Wednesday on Thomerson and Highland Roads. Officials anticipate some major completion on Howard Street by mid-October, with remaining work including signage, asphalt paving, and landscaping.
Turning now to your national headlines this morning, the Trump administration said yesterday that it has reached a deal that'll keep TikTok operational in the U.S. A ban on the Chinese-owned social media company was signed into law by President Biden last year, but President Trump has delayed enforcing it 3 times. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says a framework agreement has been reached, and that new agreement respects national security concerns. Trump is set to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping on Friday to finalize the deal.
5:54 in your business headlines this morning. Southwest Airlines is following the FAA's warning about the dangers of lithium-powered batteries within a new policy. Starting September 25th, Southwest passengers will have to remove the batteries from mobility devices due to fire hazards. Air travelers will have to carry them in the cabin before their wheelchair is checked. The airline says it will not count against a passenger's carry-on bags. Policy will also restrict the size of lithium-powered batteries that are eligible for transportation on Southwest flights.
In your health headlines, Gooder Foods is recalling 2 of its boxed mac and cheese products due to milk and nut allergy risks. The recall covers 5 lots of Goodle's Vegan is Believin' plant-based white cheddar with spirals because they may contain milk which is not listed on the label. The company also recalled 3 lots of Goodle's Here Comes Truffle creamy truffle flavored cheddar and shells that may contain cashews, which is also not listed on the label. There were 6 reports of allergic reactions in connection with Here Comes Truffle.
5:55, making headlines in science this morning. Scientists found the oldest known evidence of human mummification in Asia that dates back 14,000 years. Evidence points to a rather interesting technique that was used, smoke drying. Researchers didn't initially realize the remains had even been mummified, but they found charring on the skeletons, which indicates exposure to low heat over long periods of time.
Oh, goodness.
Wild.
Okay, disturbing. Anyways, trending this morning, if you're planning to visit Southern California this month, you could see this unique, colorful view at the beach.
Yeah, researchers from UCLA's School of Engineering are doing experiments that turn the water around the Santa Monica Pier pink.
Ooh.
They're using a pink dye to study and better understand water movement and how it affects water quality in the area.
But don't worry, the observational experiment poses no risk to people, vegetation, or wildlife.
Well, of course.
The way I would be like, what is that?
Like, oh my gosh, the water's
pink. Looks suspicious. But
yeah,
no,
it does look. It does look a little sus.
Looks a little red, but yeah, pink.
But
no shark attacks.
Yeah,
all for science.
Yeah.
Just die.
Yeah.
That's only during Shark Week.
So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Umatilla is planning a new police station, but funding and voter approval are still hurdles. We're going to show you how the city hopes to move forward and what residents need to know before November.
Plus, it may be early, but Santa is already gearing up for the holidays. Find out how kids can send their letters and how you can help make their wishes come true this year. We have all the details coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
No Christmas weather here. It's definitely going to feel like summer for the rest of the week, but starting to slip into more of a fall-like pattern by Sunday and beyond. I'll show you the ebbs and flows to the forecast coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.